Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to Mama's Kitchen. And today you can see I have here with me my lovely daughter Hamida.
I'm Hamida, this is my mum, and today I'm here just to ask questions about the Thermomix, to learn more about it, and to see her make this amazing meal.
Right, okay, so she wants to know how we make this delicious meal, which is from northern Ghana. Most of the Hausas in Ghana and also northern Nigeria. We do have this food, and we love it so much in Ghana. Not even only the Hausas in Ghana, the Ayatris, the Ghans, we love this Tuwo Zafi. So I am going to feature this because in the past we've done similar things like this on my videos. If you check, we've done the brown rice with that, but today we are actually going to do the proper real Tuwo Zafi, which is with corn. But I'm going to feature to you how the Thermomix can help you cut down your time in the kitchen, because that's why I call it the kitchen assistant. So stay with us, and I'm going to quickly get you through this and see how amazing these tools can actually help to cut out over half of the time of cooking Tuwo Zafi. Right, so I'm just going to begin by in fact, this wouldn't have been part of cooking the special Tuwo Zafi, but I just thought I was short of prawns at home, and I thought, you know what, this is actually another opportunity for me to share with you how this amazing tool can actually grind shrimps, because we're going to need these shrimps, dry shrimps. These are fresh shrimps bought and actually roasted in the oven, and we're going to actually grind it for you to see. So I'm just going to put all that in there because we're going to need it later. So this is part of our prep, and straight away I'm going to grind this 30 seconds on 10. Yeah, so there we go. You can see there. Amida, can you see our shrimps there? So good. So at least I know that there's no sand in this. This was actually bought freshly, washed nicely, seasoned, and actually roasted in the oven and now blended, to get ready. So see, you can actually get your shrimps out of this. This wasn't part of it, but at least I took that opportunity to show you how we could do this. This is amazing. Okay, and while this another prep I'm going to do, in my soup I'm going to cook for the Tuwo Zafi. We have the fish, this dried fish, and you know when you take the bones out of the fish and everything, most of the time people do throw them away, or they find it so difficult to add it to soup and things. Now my Thermomix comes very handy with this. So all I do is I pour everything in, and I'm actually going to use this as a sauce to cook my ewedu and the okra together. So we put a little bit of water there, and let's see how the Thermomix is going to grind this as well for another 30 seconds, not in minutes, 30 seconds. And we do on speed 10. So here we go. That is done as well. So you can see. So with Thermomix, you do not waste anything. So this is going to go into my ewedu and the ila. You do not waste anything with the Thermomix. Can you see that? So there, and all that is, all the goodness is there. So I didn't waste any fish. All the bones is actually blended, and it's all gone into that. Yeah. Okay. So I'll put that aside, and we're going to put this back on. Okay. Now the next thing is to actually do the corn, and I have my Thermomix friend here, which is actually helping me to do this, just to showcase and cut out more time. So there I've got this, and I'm going to show you how we got this corn made. So you can see here, I got just about 200 grams of corn there. I just bought that from the shop, and I'm going to show how you can grind this. So this for 2 minutes on speed 10.
So just a quick question.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That?
Oh wow.
So can you see that?
So funny.
Floury, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go.
Okay, yeah.
So very flour.
Just to ask,
Yeah.
so you know how it has a blade in it, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, when you blend all this stuff, it comes out really nicely and fine and chopped. But what if I wanted to maybe put something in the Thermomix or just stir something a little bit? For example, I'm making spaghetti, and there's a function on there. We've made a video of using spaghetti, how to make spaghetti. But how does the blade not chop it? So if I just want to stir something, if I don't want to blend something, how does the blade not? How does it stop the blade from chopping?
Yeah, what Thermomix has done is that with some of the functions on Thermomix, the blade doesn't move at all. So things like when you want to boil egg, you just put the eggs in, and you just turn as to whether you want medium, hard, soft, and things like that. So Thermomix have actually designed it to that, so that some of the functions, the blade doesn't move at all.
Okay.
Also, when you're cooking things like rice, or you want to make jollof rice, if you don't want to make it with the simmer, if you don't want to cook it with that, and you want to cook it in, the rice function is also there. The blade doesn't move at all.
Yeah.
And furthermore, Thermomix has actually designed this, which we call the blade cover, and this can actually go onto the blade if you don't need the blade, and that also helps you not to. So if you want to cook meat inside there, you want to cook chicken inside there, you want to do anything inside there, you could actually put this on the blade, and that will prevent the blade to move. Yeah? Okay. So next we got our flour. Before we start the tuwo, which is because I will need some hot water in there to actually put that in. But in the meantime, I also want us to quickly cut this onion, because we're going to need that onion for seasoning our meat. So I'm just going to cut this into four. And all we're going to do is we're going to put this on turbo. Turbo is one of the functions of Thermomix, and it's only to cut for about 2 seconds. Yeah, so you can just put that on, and that's 2 seconds.
Just like that.
So that's 2 seconds. Yeah, just like that. See. So 2 seconds, and you can see that. 2 seconds, and you can see that. Yeah. So I'm going to put that onto our meat here, because we're going to need that. So this is all prep, before starting the real thing, as you can see. Right, without rinsing the mixing bowl, because I'm going to use that to make our pepper, I'm just going to put that back on here. And this is already made pepper. We're going to use that for the soup. So these are the things we need for the soup. We've got here some bell peppers, some scotch bonnets, and some onion. And we've got 1 tin peeled tomatoes, and we got here some tomato puree. So we're going to just blend this. Since we have that, we don't need to rinse that. We're just going to put that in there with the tomatoes. And I like to,
Onions.
That's the onions, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's natural, isn't it? You have that naturally. So normally I like to use, let's put that in there. So just a little bit of water. I like to use garlic, ginger stuff in my soup. But I've got this vegetable stock paste, which actually does a lot for me. It's amazing what the Thermomix does. You get this vegetable paste, you can make your chicken stock paste, you can make your beef stock paste from it, and this is collection of vegetables and some freshly basil leaves, parsley, sage, and other. So you can put it all in with your leftover vegetables, carrots, mushrooms, things like that, and it's all mixed with some. So it's a very good thing to actually marinate your meat and things. And you can
actually
also
made a video on it, so make sure to go watch that, guys.
Yes, because that would be really. I think I would. You're right. I'm going to actually think about. So we're going to actually quickly blend this so that we can get our soup on the way, cooking our soup, and at the same time cooking our meat. So you can now see how time is saved with using the Thermomix to make this. So quickly, you can go to the blending function, and this is going to be blended for about a minute, just about a minute. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so that's all done, ready. You can see that there. So you can see it's all blended just for 10. We did it for a minute, right? That's it. See, just for a minute, and you can see what you've got there. So this is how Thermomix can, cut down your time. Now I'm just going to, because with my Thermomix friend here is going to help me, so to actually cook this in time. So I'm just going to transfer that there while I put a cup of oil into that. Just about a cup. Let's put that in the sink. And so this is how we do our 3-tier cooking with Thermomix. And all I'm going to do is you can put all this in while you actually go to do other things.
Oh yeah, that's a random question.
Yeah.
So just for other people out there as well, how does it reduce your time? Kind of like how just using the Thermomix, how does it reduce your time for cooking?
Right.
How does it let you have
So just as we're doing now, it's just as I was saying, we're going to put that on. So if I was going to boil this on the fire, I will keep coming, in and out to check them if I was putting in a cooker. But if it's here, I'm just going to do it on here. If I was going to braise the meat I'm going to use, I would have got a pot and put that separately and put the pepper separately and all that. But now, all I'm going to do now is to put this on top of that, and I'm going to, with the meat that we've already marinated. So this is the Veruma dish. I'm going to put the Veruma dish on. Yeah, so we can do the 3-tier system. Yeah, and you can always use this as a prep and transfer it into your pot and just let it simmer for 5 minutes, and with that you would have cut down a lot of time. So I'm just going to separate this into 2. And there. So you can do this with your chicken, you can do it with your fish and all that. And we're going to now put 10 on the front. So this is going to cook. I'm just going to give it 30 minutes. So it's going to cook for 30 minutes on Veruma, which is about 160 degrees. So we're doing a 3-tier cooking, and I'm just going to put the blade on 2. Yeah, as the friend just go on 2. So while that is cooking, I can do other stuff on my Thermomix. So yeah, so now that we've got this going, we're just going to, the next thing is just to actually have our tuwo zafi. I'm just going to prep our tuwo zafi to start cooking while we do this, and then our last will be to do our oyoyo, which is called iwedu, with the okra together, and we'll use iru as we go there for the iwedu. I would come to that one, but for the tuwo zafi, we just have, all you need for your tuwo zafi is water, the corn that we corn flour. So the corn now we mix with what we call, the Ghanaians call it kokonte, and in Nigeria we call it lafun. So we use that for the pete. If you know, from Nigeria we call it the pete, and in Ghana we use that for to make like the cocoa beet. You can actually use the corn to make the cocoa, or you can use the kokonte itself to actually make that beet that you get. So I've got a cup full of kokonte in here, which is the lafun, with 2 cups of the corn that we grinded in the Thermomix. And as you can see, all this can be done by the Thermomix. So easy. So now we're going to have water in here. So, and remember, the Thermomix has a scale, so it makes measurements so easy and quicker. So, and each time you're going to use the scale, you need to tear it. So I'm just going to put about 300 mils of that. Actually, we'll make it 400. Okay, and we're going to put that, we'll be increasing it. Oh, I think that we got a little bit more than
400.
Yeah, so because we're going to add some more water out, so let's say we have about 500 ml of water to a cup of the kokonte. Yeah, so we're going to put that in, and all we do, cover it, put it on. So we're going to put it, because we want it to heat up. We're just going to put it to bring it to boil. We put it on 120 degrees, yeah, and we put this on just 10 minutes to heat it up. Bring it to boil for 10 minutes, and we put this on 4.
Okay. Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think using Thermomix, do you think it takes a pan out of cooking? Like if you're cooking in a pot, do you think cooking in the Thermomix and not on a pot, do you think it takes a pan out of it?
I don't think so at all, my dear, because as you can see, I think it actually makes it more fun, because it helps you to sort of explore, you know, much more different type of recipes, and you know, different. And also, with me, I think from my background and also from my cooking experience over the years, I think that it sort of shows you how technology has taken us to another step. You agree with me, yeah? That is taking us, you know, another level of high-tech cooking.
It's because it's weird to think, like, you have, it looks like a blender, but you don't know how much it can actually do. Like, the amount of things it can do is impressive.
Amazing.
And just by the shape of it as well, the amount of things it can do is just, wow.
It's just amazing. So I think it actually gives you much more fun, and especially with over 60,000 recipes on it, actually makes you, you know, feel that, you know, this is amazing. And you always explore, and most of the things you do, you just dive into it and do it. And the fact that you can always stop, start, adjust, you know, all sorts of things. So I think it's much more fun. I mean, if you agree with me. We're just going to quickly look at this. Yeah, the pulp is actually already even done. So even my 10 minutes was too much. So I'm going to cut it down to 5. So this is what, again, I'm talking about. It's real. It's got high tech plus what you know. You can always, so you don't fear to actually use it. You use it to suit whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter which country you come from or which background you come from. You can always use it to suit what you're doing. I can actually feel that the pulp is actually ready, and this is just about 4 minutes. It's already ready. So I'm going to stop this, and yeah, I'm going to stop it because I can feel the pulp ready. And let's see, so we can show our audience that the pulp is actually ready. So it's there. So you see what I mean by the pulp is already done. See, the pulp is already done. So I'm going to put in much more water. So this time now we're going to have it, so you adding more water to it. So we're going to add about 1 liter. So we add a bit more. So that's fine. So that's made it for me. And like I said, since we've added that, we can now leave it for the rest of the 5 minutes. Bring it to boil, and then we pour our tuwo inside, and then we leave it. Okay, so we continue from there, still on 120, and we'll put it on 4. Now let's see what we've got here. Then, so as you can see, it's actually done nicely. So you can see it's done nicely. I'm going to put about 500 of that in here for if we need it. Yeah, so you can see how nicely that done. I did it if I was going to cook this the way traditionally I'll be doing it and stirring and stirring and say, but look, Thermomix has done everything for me. All I need now is to now put the mixture of the corn that we've got, and the so I said a cup of the kokonte, which is the dried cassava. So this is the cassava flour that we made the pulp with. I've got 1 cup of that plus 2 cups of the corn meal. So we've got that, and I'm just going to put that in here. So we've reserved this for if we need to add it, and all I'm going to do is to put it back on here, and I'm going to put it back on, this time on Veroma. I'm going to put 10 minutes. So 5 minutes into that, we will just stop it, hold on to actually put the rest of this in. So we're going to see what our tuwo is like, so that we'll be able to put that in. And we just need to wait a few seconds because the Thermomix is not open yet. It's just going to open in a few seconds.
It needs to cool down.
It's trying to cool down, and then so there is. See, you can see that. Look at that. So we're going to put the rest of this in, because your tuwo has to be nice and soft so that it doesn't get too hard. So we'll put that in, and then we're going to put it back on. So remember, we did 10 minutes with the mixture first, and we put another 10 minutes on here. But in between that 10 minutes, we stopped it 5 minutes, and now we are going to leave it on for the rest of the 5 minutes left. Still on 4.
Okay.
Right, so both are ready now. So before we come to our tuwo, because it's ready, you can now see the steamed meat. So we're going to, let's put the steamed meat in first. So there you can see all the meat is steamed. You can see it's nicely cooked. Yeah, the shower's audience there, it's nicely cooked. Can you smell the aroma? Very nice.
Lovely smell.
Lovely aroma there. Wow. There. So this is what I'm saying about prepping everything. So while we had this on, I left it on and got to do other stuff.
Yeah.
And that saves us. So that saves us the time. And all I'm going to do now, so for those who usually would have cooked this pepper on the fire, on the gas, this would have gone everywhere. Yeah.
I've seen it before.
But this is now just here. So our stew is done. And you can see it's all done. And all we do is to put that in here. I'm going to add the fish that I had, because I wanted to put that in. So got all that there. Nice smoked fish with goat meat. So that's what I'm having with our tuwo.
So I've got a question.
Yeah.
So just quick one. Obviously the Thermomix size is not, let's say, as large as a huge pot. And for our family, we eat a lot of food. So how is the portion, the sizes of the portions? Like, would you have to make another one, or do you cook them at the same time in the Thermomix? And like, how do you?
Okay, as you know, if we were going to use this, like, cook much more than this pot, this pot will feed more about 10 people anyway. Most of the time with the Thermomix, between 6 people to 8 you would always cook, or 4 to 6 depending on what you are cooking.
Yeah.
Now with what we've cooked now, you can see the stew is almost done. All I'm just going to do is to put a little bit of Maggi on top there, just about half tablespoon, and that's all we need. And so back to your question, Amida. So people do use, that's why we have the Thermomix Friend, which will be coming out soon. People use, you can actually have 2 mixing bowl with 1 Thermomix, and you can always repeat whatever you're doing. You can always redo it, or you can use it to prep, just as we've done now. So this is just going on the gas cooker now for about 5 minutes, and this is all ready. So this is what I'm, and this is on low, just to, so this is what I'm saying about trying to cut out your time in doing all this. And also you can see it cuts down so many, you don't have to use too much fat to cook. You don't have, it steamed that meat so nicely and lovely. Everything was in there, and it went into the soup, and it's all done nicely, and you can see how quick that is. In the meantime, let's check our tuwo. This is really nicely done. You can see it's nice. So you see, we'll put them in bags now, and you would see how much this would get out of just 1 bowl. So we're going to do that, and you'll see how much you'll get from 1 bowl. So in the meantime, while we're doing this, I'm just going to start the ewedu so that we can get things going. Yes, so we're now just going to put this on while we put the tuwo we wrap them into cling film, or bags. So we've got 1 scotch bonnet here. I'm going to throw that in, and we got the okra, so we're going to put that in. Remember, we had the fish sauce that I started from the beginning that I grinded, so I'm going to pour that in, and we're going to put some locust bean there. Okay. Let's get and okay, so we've got all that in, and we're going to just quickly. So this is just going to be grinded just for 5 seconds. Yeah. So just on 5 seconds on 4. There. So you can see that the okra is actually grinded a bit. That's what I want in there. And I'm just going to add my oyoyo, which is the ewedu. And the ewedu we get here in the UK, if you want to get the fresh one, as we are on lockdown, is this, which are in the shop. It's called the Malukia, and it's very nice. And I've got 2 of this. You can see 2 bags, yeah, and with about 12 of the okra. And I'm just going to put that in. In some of my other videos, you saw how we did the ewedu as well in some of the other videos. And the Thermomix actually does the ewedu very nicely. And we're going to have this tuwo zafi with this tonight. There.
Say it again.
Tuwo zafi. Tuwo zafi. Yeah, that's what we call it in Ghana. And now we use calm, which people know, but then you can also use the bicarbonate of soda. So this actually helps to soften it and makes it drawy. So I'm going to put just about half tablespoon. Actually, let me go one because we've got 2 of the mayuk here, and and we're going to put, you know, our lovely prawns that we did in the beginning.
Sure.
Shrimps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. You know, the children of today are always correct. Yeah. So we're having a fun with Thermomix. So there. Now we're going to put this on just about 5 minutes. And we'll put it on 120 because we don't mind it to be too much. And we'll put it on 2. Doing that, I will now get this ready. Our tuwo will be getting ready. So we get that, yeah, wrap it nicely. There, and we place them in a cooler. Right, so then we just continue this, and like I said, you see how much we're going to get out of this, and that would show you how much this bowl, mixing bowl, can make.
I got another question.
Right, go on.
So do you think, like, from your time having the Thermomix for the first time till now, do you think you've improved, like, with using it, with knowing more recipes, with being able to cook your own recipes? Like, what do you think about that?
Oh yes, that is definitely. I have so much improved. I've actually learned so many things, and so many different type of foods from different countries. We've done, as you know, we've done some Indian cooking. We've done some Caribbean. We've done some Chinese cooking. Even sorry.
Italian.
Yeah, Italian. Yeah, a lot of Italian cooking. Even Spanish. There's just been so many lot of different type of dishes, and that is why I said it's actually fun having a Thermomix at all, because you can personalize it to your own type of cooking, and that is amazing. That really is amazing. You just need to have one in your home to actually experience what we are talking about. It's really amazing. For instance, if it was this tuwo I made, I would have been standing by the cooker, because you don't want it to become lumpy, so you'll be standing by the cooker doing it. But look, all I did was put them in, and it all came out as I wanted it, nicely, and we used only about 20 minutes to cook that. The heat is amazing because it's, you know, it goes up to about 160 degrees. That is really good. That is really good. It's really amazing. So we got about.
So this is the fourth one now, yeah? And these are actually good sizes.
Right, so you can see, this is another thing I like about the Thermomix. Look, if I had done this on the fire, it would have, or on the cooker, it would have burnt at the bottom. But look, you see, we've done it in, and look at the mixing bowl. And we are going to actually pre-clean this, because the Thermomix has a pre-clean function. So, and we got, I think this is the sixth one.
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah. So there we go. So that's the sixth one. And as you can see, there, the balls are all ready. Yeah, nicely done already for dinner. So we're now going to put water in here. I'm going to show you how you can pre-clean this. So I'm just going to pour about half a liter of water in there, and we put in just a little soap, so which I use, and we cover it, and I'm going to put it back on the Thermomix to pre-clean. Right, so let's see what we've got here with our. Look at that. Can you see that? the ewedu is looking nice. Right, I would say I'll give it another 5 minutes, yeah, to bring it to boil nicely. And yeah, I'm going to put a little bit of the jumbo Maggi in it, not too much so we don't and we'll leave this for 5 minutes. And this is where the friend can actually help. So it's going to be on 5 minutes on the friend. And we're going to give it 120. So we got that on the friend.
The one cooking in here, yeah?
Yeah. And we're just going to, on the Thermomix friend, and we're just going to pre-clean this. So this has pre-clean, and we're just going to put it to brown bottom. Just, although we didn't have any much on the bottom, we just put it that. So yeah, and we're just waiting for these 5 minutes, and then we're going to serve the delicious tuwo zafi. Right, so this is almost done. Let's get to dish our tuwo. Yeah, so this is done now for the 5 minutes. So all together was just cooked. Sorry, different. Was just cooked under 10 minutes. Yeah. Right. So let's see. As you can see, let's put it here so you can see how our oyoyo and the okra. Okay, man, this is really going to be nice with our tuwo zafi. There you go. And we are going to just pre-clean. You see, that's good about Thermomix. See, this didn't go on the fire or anything. It's all done. And we're going to pre-clean it. We should be happy to serve this, Hamida.
Of course I will.
And you can see we pre-cleaned that. Let's show you quickly this.
Yeah.
So that's actually almost clean.
Yeah.
You can see. And we're just going to put it back on. And do it. In the meantime, are you happy to try this, Hamida? So we're ready to try it now. Our soup is done after 5 minutes as we put it on. And we've got our, let's put this here. We've got our oyoyo, which is the ewedu, as you can see it. And we got, so Hamida, are you okay to try this? For our audience to see? We're just going to put the tuwo in here.
Okay.
So that we do it just as we serve it. There you go, your tuwo is there.
Okay. Alright.
And that's how you serve it. Put one more. Oh, that's looking scrumptious.
Okay.
And then you put your stew. Is that fish?
This is fish, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
some chicken.
we actually have goat
Good.
meat.
Yeah. Meat.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. And that's it.
Yes.
And yeah, so you can dine with that.
Okay.
There we go. Let's see if mine, because it's hot, this is really nice and hot. And you can see we actually put the tuwo inside the bowl to actually make it.
Wow.
How is that, Hamida?
It's really nice. A lot of flavor, and yeah, it's really nice. It's really soft, and you can tell it's hardened when we've taken it out of the Thermomix. So yeah.
And the cooler, that's so you can see. So this is nice, proper tuwo zafi, right, made out of the Thermomix. So what can't the Thermomix make? Please make sure you subscribe to our channel, like and comment, and you can always suggest what you want to be done in the Thermomix, and we would always be it will be a pleasure for me actually to show you more with the Thermomix and what the Thermomix can do. Keep watching. Bye.